Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. We're back with some daily news because Yannick Bolasie has returned to Everton from his season-long loan spell at Aston Villa. Not season-long loan anymore because he's not being recalled, but it says Everton released a statement earlier today to say that Yannick Bolasie has returned to Everton Football Club after he exercised an option in his loan agreement with Aston Villa. The Guardian later came out and said Bolasie made it clear to Aston Villa that he would like to try to force his way back into the first team at Everton, and the winger's desire to return to Everton was not met with any resistance. It's quite an interesting one, really, because he seems to believe that he can get back into the first team at Everton, and that's being met with mixed opinions, as expected. Would he get back into the Everton team at the moment? A couple of people have said, over the people we've been playing at the moment, obviously there's been quite poor performers in recent weeks, so would Bolasie get back into that? I don't think so, to be honest. I don't even think he'd get into the matchday squad. He wasn't part of Marco Silva's plans at the start of the season, so I don't see why he would be now. Marco Silva made that clear at the start of the season, so I'm not sure why Bolasie thinks he can get back in now if he couldn't back then, and if he wasn't part of the plan and he was told that. My first thought was that he would be coming back to sort out a permanent deal elsewhere, maybe, whether it be the MLS or China, or elsewhere. It could be somewhere else. He's 29 years old. He's still got 2 years left on his Everton contract, but reports say that he does want to force his way back into the first team at Everton. Whether he could do that is interesting. So we asked you guys on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram what you thought and whether he could get back into the team. So I'll read out a couple of the responses. A couple of people, including Charlie.Thompson15, have said try him against Millwall, give him a few runs out. But then again, he's only going to be coming back to be a squad rotation player. I don't see the point in that. I think we do need to get rid of quite a few numbers, and why not just sell him if we don't need him? Bowman Bowie says throw him back into the side, you never know. Not really. I don't agree with that, to be honest. I think you've got to. He's not as good as what we've got at the moment. Surely he's not as good as Bernard and Luckman, and I don't think he's as good as Walcott either, to be honest. And I'm not even a massive fan of Theo Walcott, but I do think Walcott is better than Bolasie. Rogers.Neo78 says please don't. Please, we don't want him back. He's shite. He's not terrible. He's just not up to what we've got at the moment, I don't think. Carl Smithy says tore us to shreds every time we play Palace. Not the same player, but maybe it's his injury, I don't know. At Aston Villa, he started the season as an impact sub for quite a while. He was coming off the bench and making an impact, to be fair. He was doing well off the bench. He provides legs late on when the opposition are tiring. But he's been put in from the start in recent weeks, and Aston Villa fans have got frustrated with his performances, saying he's got no end product, he's all tricks and flicks, which is similar to what Everton fans were saying after a while as well, to be honest. So I think they're getting frustrated with him as well. So the club weren't really fussed when he seemed to have said he wanted to go back to Everton. The real reasons for that remain to be seen. I read out a couple of the Facebook comments as well. Shahir Ramdas says, is there anyone we can get rid of? It does seem that way at the moment. We can't really get rid of players on a permanent. Everyone's going out on loan. Giving me more people to write about in the loan report, by the way. Give them a read on the Toffee Blues website. But there's a lot of players in that loan report that we do every week that should have really gone out on a permanent, but we weren't able to sell those on a permanent last summer. So they have gone out on loan, the likes of Hugo Martina, Ashley Williams, Kevin Morales. Those are all players who we were trying to sell, and they wouldn't sell. They would only go out on loan. So I think Bolasie's probably another one of those as well, to be honest. Michael Devling says, can't be any worse than what we've got playing now. As we mentioned before, I don't think he is any better than what we've got at the moment, so he wouldn't get back into the squad for me. Jeff Beard says, no surprise, he's shit. We've had a couple of people say that. Not that I agree with it. Gareth Latta on Twitter says, Gareth_Latta, he says, spend all day waiting for some kind of transfer news and then this is it. Clearly it's going to be a crap week. To be honest, Gareth, I think it's going to be a crap January because we're not going to have much in terms of transfer news. Marcel Brands has already said we're not going to really have many signings, and if there is, it's going to be if someone's gone out. To be fair, Nias has gone out on loan to Cardiff, so there may be a signing up front, but there's not going to be much action at all in terms of incomings for Everton this January. So I wouldn't expect too much. That's a bit of a surprise, to be honest, though, that Bolasie has come back. I'm not sure why. It remains to be seen. I think we will see in recent weeks why Bolasie has come back, and whether he will go out on another loan or a permanent move, or just stay at Everton and maybe go in the summer. It remains to be seen. Craig Fear on Instagram says, let's hope he goes before we have to pay his wages again. Good player before injury, but really struggling in a poor Villa team. Villa have been scoring quite a lot of goals in recent weeks or months, and he's been part of that, to be fair. There's quite a youthful exuberance look to the Villa side, and he's been part of that, but his form has dipped quite considerably in recent weeks, leading to the Villa fans getting quite frustrated with him. He is on quite a fair bit of wages. I think it was near between 70 and 90k a week, what I heard. So he is on a considerable wage. So if he is going to come back and not get in the squad, he's probably going to just be a burden, really, if we're not able to get rid of him. Sam Joseph someone says, if his dribbling and finishing improve, he can be quality. We already, he has enough flair and strength, plus we might as well try anything right now. He's 29 years old. He's not going to massively improve his game. I think he is the finished article in terms of what he's going to achieve, what he's going to be as a player. I don't think he can change that, really. So whether he's got room for improvement, he's obviously got room for improvement, but he's not at an age where he's going to develop as a player. So I think the player that we see now is the player that it's going to be. Tony Parr 94 says, gives us a better option than Walcott. Sell Walcott and have Bolasie back and see what he can do. Obviously Walcott's not been that good this season, and he has been stuck into the side because there's not really other options. What Lookman could have been put in, and now he finally has, but we haven't got much in terms of right midfielder, and maybe that's why Bolasie's come back, because we do need the right midfielder, and he's going to try and force his way to the plans, but it remains to be seen whether he can do so. We'll be interested to hear your views as well. Please comment on this video and let us know whether you think Bolasie's good, even just as a squad player, to push Theo Walcott or even Lookman, and give them competition for if they're playing poorly, and maybe give them a kick up the backside and provide an alternative, maybe even an impact sub as well, as he did the Villa when he was doing well earlier on in the season. Let us know what you think, and like the video and subscribe to the Toffee Blues. But that's the news for today anyway. Bolasie's come back to Everton, cut his loan spell at Aston Villa short, so let us know what you think of that. Thanks a lot for watching, and join us next time on the Toffee Blues.